In a previous video, I showed you how to set up a Windows developer workstation on the Amazon AWS cloud. And one problem with that is that if maybe you log out but you forget to shut down your instance, it continues to charge you as long as that instance is running. And we have a T2 medium instance that we used, so it's costing right under 5 cents an hour. Now if you use a more powerful instance like this C4 X large, then you're paying oh wait, actually it's a little bit more because I need to click Windows. So for the medium, T2 medium, we're talking right under 7 cents an hour, and the C4 extra large, it's 38 cents an hour plus any other storage fees. So what we'd like to do is have it automatically shut down, and so let me show you how to do that. So log into your AWS Management Console. We'll go under Compute to EC2, and then we'll go look at our instances and click on your Windows Dev Server that you set up. Okay, and then under Actions, we can go down to CloudWatch Monitoring and add Edit Alarms. So after we click that, we can now create an alarm, and you can have it notify you if you want, or you can uncheck that box. The main thing to do is take the action box and tell it to stop this instance. So now we have to tell it when to stop the instance. So we could try average, or we could try maximum, one of these, and I'll try maximum of CPU utilization is less than or equal to, either one, and then you have to choose a percentage. Now if you're on a more powerful instance, you might make this a number like 2%. We're on the medium instance, and so background processes and things might take a few percent. So let's try 5%. And you might need to experiment with this a little bit. So if it doesn't shut down like you think it should, maybe raise this number a little bit. The other thing to choose is how long do you want to wait? So just for testing purposes, we might say one consecutive period of 5 minutes. But as you start to use this, maybe you want to wait 45 minutes. Well, then you click on 15 minutes and do 3 periods of 15 minutes of inactivity, then it would shut down. Okay, so just for testing, I'm going to set this to 1. And even though it's 5 minutes, it might take it 10 minutes or so before it does its check. And then we'll change this right here to send us a message saying low CPU utilization. You can change this to whatever you want it to be. So what we're saying is whenever the CPU has a maximum usage that is less than 5% over a period of 5 minutes, do this stop. And so it'll stop the instance from running. And of course you can restart it whenever you come back and get to work again. So it won't assuming you logged out and closed everything, you shouldn't lose any data. All right, so we'll say create this alarm. All right, so that's created. And now I'll go ahead and run my instance. So I'll start it. So you're still better off trying to remember, okay, I'm done using this workstation for now. Maybe come back and work on it tomorrow. You're better just going ahead and shutting it down right away yourself. But this kind of protects you in case you think you're going to get back to it and don't. It'll shut it down, and then you won't be charged those fees. All right, I'm going to pause the video and give this a while to see what happens. I'll go ahead. Well, actually, we'll let this start up, and then I'll log in and log out again, and then pause the video again, and we'll see if it actually sets the alarm and shuts it down. All right, so I'm going to pause and wait for this thing to get fully running. Okay, so I gave it a couple minutes. Hopefully it's up and running. We have a public IP address. Now remember, this changes each time you stop your server and then restart it, unless you go and pay a little extra for an elastic IP. So we'll go ahead and copy this. Actually, I'm going to, yeah, let's see. I think I set the password the other day. I changed it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy that and launch remote desktop. A little shortcut for that, and paste in the new IP address and check this username. Needs to be administrator. Let me just save credentials. Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and connect. Let's see what happens. Password. I need to remember my password. What was it? See if this works. Yeah, so okay, we'll say don't ask again on this message, and yes. Okay, excellent. So the remote desktop session is up and running. And you can, do a few things on it if you want, let it get fully started. And then I'm just going to log out because, once again, I'm trying to test this auto shutdown. And so I'm going to go and just sign out. Now, if you forget to sign out and you leave it running, you might need to set that percentage higher than 5. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it that way. So I'm going to assume that you always at least log out from here. But feel free to experiment with those settings. Okay, and so now, it's still running, but I'm logged out. And what I'm going to do now is pause this video and give it 5 or 10 minutes and see if the running state becomes stopped, because I'm not, currently logged in and using the server. All right, so let's test this. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, and so here I went to EC2 dashboard and instances to refresh the screen. And about 6 minutes has gone by, and it says that it's stopping Windows Dev Server, and it says alarm status alarm. So our alarm was triggered because it had low CPU utilization, less than 5%, and it did a auto shutdown for us. So that's exactly what we wanted. Now, if we launch this and get on it and start working, and find that it shuts down in the middle of us doing something, that would be bad. So we might need to adjust some of the numbers here. I'm going to go ahead and set it to what I would like it to be now that it passed that test. So I'm going to click on the alarm, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm going to say for 3 consecutive 15-minute periods. So if it's idle for 45 minutes, then I want it to go ahead and shut down and stop this instance. Okay, so I'll save that. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Feel free to experiment with that. Change some of the numbers if you need to. Thanks for watching.